Now I apologise if there's quite a lot of Bucky O'Hare questions. Okay guys, welcome to my 200 sub special Q&A. Thank you very much to everyone who has subscribed to me in the last 2 years. Loving YouTube at the moment. The friends I've made, the interaction within the community has been absolutely flaming fantastic. Flaming fantastic. Anyway, what I'm going to do, this will probably be in 2 parts. In the description below, I will leave your name if I've answered your question. And in the end of part 1, we'll do the draw for first and second place. And then in part 2, I'll list the questions I've answered again. And then we'll do third and fourth place draw. Okay, so let's start. The first question is from SegaCDuniverse. And he asks, who is your favourite Ninja Turtle and why? Well, for me, it's Michelangelo, because he was always the funny guy of the group. He always seemed to be the party guy, you know, Cowabunga. Even in the opening credits, you see Michelangelo is a party dude. Yeah. So for me, it is Michelangelo. And he always seems to be the one who is more obsessed with pizza than the others, even though they all love it. And I love pizza myself. I'll have a Domino's any day of the week. So Michelangelo for that. So thanks for your question. Second question is from Oddpod, who asks, if you could have a complete games collection from any console, which would it be and why? Now, this is a bit of a tough question for me because I'd like a complete collection from many consoles. But for nostalgia reasons and going retro, I'm going to choose a Sega Mega Drive. Just because I got so many great memories of that console with playing with my friends on Streets of Rage, you know, Sonic, Columns, you name it. And because I was a kid and I didn't have the money to go out and buy all these Mega Drive titles myself, there's still so many titles for the system that I've yet to discover and then I've yet to play. So it's still exciting for me in a way that I've still got a lot of games to discover in the future. So yeah, I'm going to go for Mega Drive for that pod. And thank you for your question, dude. Right then. Okay. This question is from a person called Elizabeth Miller. Happens to be a colleague of mine. If you had to choose between being a stick of celery or an egg, which would you be? Well, I don't like celery, so I'm going to go for an egg. Eggs are... If I shave my head, I'd look like an egg. My stomach is as round as an egg, and I do like fried eggs, poached eggs, name it, you know, celery. Bleh. No, thank you. Can I change that? Could we be a cream egg? Because I would love to be a cream egg. But yeah, basically an egg. Don't ask me if it's hard boiled or anything, okay? So thank you, Liz, for that. Fourth question is from Gruss Newton, Old Newt, who asks simply, Zelda or Link? Well, I'm going to have to choose Link because, you know, when you play the Zelda games, apart from like one of the titles, I think you're always playing as Link. You go through that journey with him. It's about getting the Master Sword, the Triforce, all the upgrades on the way. You know, I got to pick Link for that one. Yeah, even though Zelda is kick-ass herself, but yeah, Link all the way. And question number 5, I think we're on, is from TootyUK, who asks, Bucky O'Hare or Turtles, which is the best cartoon? Ah, man. Yeah. Right, both of those cartoons are really great. Turtles went on for a hell of a lot longer than Bucky O'Hare. I think like Bucky had 12 episodes, Turtles had close to 100, which was obviously more popular with the kids. Both spawned awesome TV video games. I've had 2 of those games on NES, Bucky O'Hare on NES and Turtles Arcade 2 on NES. Both have a variety of good characters, awesome theme tunes, theme songs, intros. But for nostalgia purposes and seeing how obsessed I was with it when I was a kid, and after I've now recently connected to comics, I'm going to have to go for Bucky O'Hare for this one. Might be controversial with a lot of people out there, but yeah, for nostalgia purposes, Bucky O'Hare. But thanks very much for that, Stu. Yeah. Okay, let's carry on with the next set of questions, and the next question is from Clmxj. Yep. And that's my friend Jay, who donated some of the prizes for the bundle, so thanks again, Jay. And Jay asks, I've lost it, what's your favourite mechanic in games in relation to fighting, story and collectibles? With fighting, I like to have full freedom of like movement, so rolling, dodging, leaping, all that kind of stuff. I've always been the fighter type, a warrior type. So give me a sword and I will go. I've actually got a sword in the cupboard. So yeah, give me a sword and I will go. Nice. Just gonna play this for a while now. But yeah, I also like it in games where you can level your character up. So you haven't got the same abilities, so it's not always the same and repetitive all the way through. So I don't like a lot of button bashing, like constantly. I like to have a bit of different combos, and like I like to come across enemies where you need a different strategy in order to beat them, and not just the same hack and slash. In terms of story, I like a good story. For me, story is what makes a good game, not just like the fighting or the collectibles or anything like that, but the story has got to be good to keep me hooked. It's like sometimes when I watch a film these days, if I'm not hooked within the first 10 or 20 minutes, I'll turn it off. So story is important to me. I know some people just go for the action, the gameplay, and they like skip through cutscenes, but me, I think the story is part of the experience and it sucks you into that game. So for me, story, yeah, way important. And the last one, collectibles. With collectibles, I like them to have a meaning. I don't want just to go around collecting them because, well, just for the sake of, collect 100 feathers or something and get a trophy. But then what? I think, okay. So I like to have, maybe you can like earn bonuses from collectibles or they unlock something. That's my kind of idea for collectibles. One of my favourite games I'm playing at the moment is The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. I don't know why it took me so long to play this game, but I love the gameplay in that, the fighting, the story, the collectibles, all great. So for my game mechanics, my answer to that, basically The Witcher 3 at the moment, mate. Love it. And the second question, why haven't you watched Psycho Pass yet? Seriously. I'm not sure if you asked me that on my last Q&A, I hadn't finished it then. And I still haven't finished it now. But I am on episode 14 of Psycho Pass. It's an anime if people haven't seen it. But last night I did finish watching Durarara. Yeah, Durarara season 1. That's quite good. So I have finished one anime this year. Boom. But I will try and finish that next. Okay, so the next question is from PremierLeagueFanTV. Hey dude. He asks, if you could go back to the past or change something, what would you change or do differently? Good question. Well, first off, I would join YouTube a lot sooner because I've absolutely loved every minute of YouTube since I've joined. And I've made so many different friends and, people from different countries. And the interaction within the community is awesome. And I got to know you from YouTube as well. So I definitely joined YouTube a lot sooner. And what would I go back and change? As a teenager, I spent most of my weekends in my room playing on my PlayStation and different gaming consoles instead of going out a lot with my friends. I did go out with my friends, it's not so often. So I'd go back and I'd change that because I think friends and friendship means so much, in this world, and you've got to have them. But I've more than made up for that in the last 10 years or so anyway. So I'm a lot more outgoing now. I go all the time, so that's cool. But yeah, I'd definitely be a lot more outgoing when I was a kid. When I was your age. So, Next question is from Charlie Burnside, Fingy's new subscriber. Hello. What game would you like to play to win the golden joystick on Games Master TV show? Now, confession time, I haven't watched much of the Games Master TV show. I know. Back in the day, I know I've seen it a few times, but I didn't watch it like religiously. But to win the golden joystick, I would have liked to play Wonder Boy, the arcade version, because we played that in a 2x Score Challenge recently, and I proved to be pretty good at it, and I actually won for the first time in 2 years. Boom! And yeah, so I would go with Wonder Boy. Yeah. So thanks for that. Atari Fitness is up next, who says, in the near future you'll hit 1,000 subscribers. Well, I'm not so sure about that call, but thanks. What is the one guilty pleasure you enjoy too much to give up? Actually, one of my guilty pleasures is musicals. I absolutely love like anything to do with music in it. So like if it's a film like Grease or stuff like that. I used to watch Glee. I used to love that. I know. I used to be a Geek. I don't like it anymore because I had a friend who used to tweet about it constantly and it drove me insane. So I stopped watching it. But yeah, anything I see these days, musical, even if it's Les Miserables, something like that, just love it. Sorry, but I just love musicals. Wish I could sing and perform, but I can't. But you never know. So thanks for that call. SoulFunkRetro, Tooty. Well, not Tooty, but he's got Tooties in his name. Anyway. He asked me Sega or Nintendo, and also Gamer Geek World, who's coming up in a little bit, has asked me this question, but I can never answer one or the other here because I like both. I know some people say, oh no, you're either Sega, you're either Nintendo, you're either Xbox or PlayStation, you're either Marvel or DC. But with me, as a kid, I had both a NES console and a Mega Drive console, and I loved both of them. I loved all the games on them. I was never aware of like a war going on, not even in school. I just there's video games, we enjoyed them. Me and my friends who grew up in the same street, we would play on all types of different consoles, whether it was the Sega Saturn, if it was the SNES, Master System, Commodore 64, and then NES Mega Drive. We played on all these different types of consoles without even thinking about, the different companies. We just saw a game title, we played it, if we enjoyed it, great. So, yeah, I really do like both Sega and Nintendo. So thanks for your question. That is SoulFunkRetro and Gamer Geek World. And do you know what? It's so nice. We're going to take this outside. So join me in a minute. Well, second. Okay, as you can see, I've actually gone inside. It's not so sunny anymore. It's clouded over, but I am in the forestry. Very quiet and peaceful here, so let's get on with the Q&A. So the next question is from Team Chav, who ask, what is your favourite game which is based on a film or TV show? Curious to see if it's Bucky O'Hare, haha. Well, Bucky O'Hare is a very good video game, I'll give you that much. On the NES it's very difficult, but I can't really choose a favourite because there's so many good games based on cartoons that's on, well, let's talk about the NES for example. You've got Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers. That is a great two-player game. You can either play as Chip or Dale. It's that walk up the hill that's done me in. Throwing boxes at enemies, and I recently did a video on it for my Nostalgic NES series. So, yeah, Chip 'n Dale was a great game, but also so was DuckTales on the NES. Amazing music on that. Killing enemies by jumping on a cane, going to different locations. It was awesome. Chip 'n Dale. So I'm going to give you three answers. Bucky O'Hare, NES. Chip 'n Dale, NES. DuckTales, NES. And that's because I can't think of anything else at the moment. But yeah, so I can't give you a favourite, but there's definitely some awesome games based on shows. Next question then is from Gamer Geek World. Hey! First of all, your favourite cartoon. Come on, we know this. It's Bucky O'Hare. Question number 2, your favourite crisps. My favourite crisps are Skips. Really love the prawn cocktail taste, and prawn cocktail is my favourite flavour crisps ever. So there we go. And question number 3, I've lost it. If you had the one I answered for SoulFunkRetro. If you had a choice of Sega and Nintendo, both. Thank you very much, Game Geek World. And we move on to Gashead Steve. Yay. So he wants to know 4 things. Number 1, you're a funny guy. Do you sometimes watch your videos back and laugh along with your jokes? Yeah, sometimes I do. Sad to admit it, yeah, I do laugh at myself sometimes on camera. But there's also many moments where I'm like, oh, why did you say that? Why did you do that? You know, but I think if you can't be yourself on camera, then what's the point? So, next question. Apart from meeting Xena Warrior Princess and Lucy Lawless, have you ever been starstruck? Meeting Lucy Lawless was an awesome day. It was at New York Comic Con. I didn't even know she was going until I was actually in New York, and then I found out by going on the website. And it was just amazing, man. And she was the #1 person I wanted to meet, and I couldn't believe I actually met her, even if it was brief and just for a photo, which cost me $95. It was worth it. But that day I also got to meet a few other people. I met Jerry the King Lawler, I met Gillian Anderson, and another person I was kind of starstruck by was Jennifer Morrison, who plays Emma Swan in Once Upon a Time. She was amazing. She was so nice. I was nervous meeting her. I don't know why. I just got tongue-tied. It's like, oh, what do I say? But she was like making the conversation for herself. She was asking me questions, and that gave me confidence. And I could talk to her after that. It was fine. So yeah, Jennifer Morrison. Hearing voices. It's a good place for a haunted, horror movie or something. Gashead, graveyard or whatever you call it. Ugh. Were you tempted to cop a feel when you met her? I didn't have to. She had a breast on my chest when she pulled me in close for the photo. It was quite something. Question number 4. If you had a chance to spend the weekend away with Kelly Brook in a caravan, but it would mean you would never see Steve6969, he means Steve6207, ever again, would you do it? Bye, Steve. Okay. So, next question. My arm's aching, I'm going to swap arms a minute. Here we go. Woohoo! Matt in the forest. Amigaoldskool. What's your thoughts on the new gaming show, Dara O'Brien's Go 8-Bit? Do you know what? I've only watched it since you sent me that link to the clip. I watched a bit of episode 2 when we were playing Sonic and Hedgehog. It does look pretty good, and it's good that people are still talking about retro games and featuring them on game shows like this. However, I think we need some YouTubers on our show, and we'll go proper retro then. So yeah, definitely got to catch up with it. But yeah, it seems okay so far, I must say. And now I've got to change pages. It's very awkward because it's windy. Oh, excuse me a minute. Here we go. Next question is from Interghost. Right, if Bucky and his crew had a battle with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, who would win? Man, the Turtles and Bucky questions. Sit around a bit. I don't actually know. The thing is, people are always going to pick their favourites, aren't they? So let's think of it realistically. They got the Turtles, they got all the ninjas, they got their weapons, they got the Turtle Van. But Bucky and his crew, they've got like space lasers, they got different ships like the Rising Nation, Toad, Croaker. Ugh. I think if it was based... I think realistically it'd have to be Bucky and his crew with all the the lasers and the big ships and stuff. I don't know. Turtles though? If it was hand-to-hand combat, I'd say Turtles would get it, unless they were fighting Bruiser. What's that over there? Anyway, Indigo's second question. Which superhero female would you like for a wife? Well, obviously superhero female, if it's going to be a wife. I'd go for Batgirl, I think. Yeah. It'd have to be Batgirl. Or version. All of them. Yeah, definitely Batgirl for that. And what is your favourite childhood memory? Oh man, favourite childhood memory? Do you know what? I was so lucky to have... I had a great childhood. Really enjoyed it. I had awesome friends. I got spoiled by my parents, my family. You know, growing up with retro games. Oh, the Christmases were awesome. So I haven't got a favourite childhood memory, but all of it is my favourite because it was that good. I mean, you know, I was very fortunate and I do appreciate that and everyone involved within it. Right, I'm going to move on to a new location now because my arm is killing me. Maybe the car. That might be better. Ooh, and there's a fly on my screen. Off. Damn it.